elimination for 2-year-old trotters. With Hopedale Gem and Albert Bernard. Trader's Choice, Roy Reynolds. My Dusty Lane, Paul McDonald. Dusty Lane, Nipper, Ron Gas. Dr. Shorty, Jalirpino. Deb's Input. David O'Brien. Buddies, What's His Name? Kenny Arsenault. Hopedale Gem and Albert Bernard. Maple Leaf Hawk, Bill Hicken. They're off and trotting, and Maple Leaf Hawk going right to the front now as they move into the turn. Trotting up second from the outside as they move on around the turn. That is Buddy, What's His Name? And he's challenging and now going right to the front. That's Buddy, What's His Name? And Kenny Arsenault to the early lead. Second is Maple Leaf Hawk, then trotting at the rail in third, Trader's Choice. Up into fourth now. That is Dusty Lane Nipper in at the rail fifth. My Dusty Lane trotting up sixth now the outside. There goes Deb's Input on the move there. Racing towards the inside. That is Hopedale Treasure. Now racing there, it's Dr. Shortage, and then the trailer is Hopedale Gem. They're at the quarter mile time in 31 and 1. Buddy, What's His Name? Leading by the 3/8. In at the rail second is Maple Leaf Hawk. Racing third, and on the outside, Deb's Input now is there. Racing fourth at the rail, Trader's Choice. Then in fifth, that is Dusty Lane Nipper. My Dusty Lane is sixth. Then in seventh, Hopedale Treasure. Dr. Shortage eighth, and the trailer, that is Hopedale Gem in ninth on the outside. By the opening half mile in 1:03 and a 4, and Maple Leaf Hawk went on the run round the turn. The new leader at the 5/8, that is Deb's Input. From the rail in second is Buddy, What's His Name? A large gap back to third. Now on the outside there, Dusty Lane Nipper. Fourth at the rail is Trader's Choice. Then in fifth, that's My Dusty Lane. Racing sixth, Hopedale Treasure. Seventh at the rail, Dr. Shortage. Then in eighth, Maple Leaf Hawk. And trailing between horses is Hopedale Gem 9. 3/4 gone by in 1:34 and 3. Third quarter, 30 and 4, and the 2-year-old trotters are in the stretch now, and that's Deb's Input, clear by 3. Buddy, What's His Name? Is all alone in second. Then in third, Dusty Lane Nipper. My Dusty Lane is fourth. In the elimination of the Pepsi Dairy Queen, it's Deb's Input for David O'Brien. Engage second elimination of the Pepsi Dairy Queen for 3-year-old trotters. Once again in here, they all get a spot on the gate. Salzburg Lighting 1, Alirpino. New and Laurel 2, Lee Bell. Princetown Kelly 3, Sheldon Watts. Rustico Hayakitaki 4, Dave Carey. JK Missile is 5, and Joe Smallwood. Buster Will 6, and Albert Bernard. 7, Maple Leaf Gem and Ralph Anir. 7th race. Race time. They're off and trotting. They're all on gate, getting away. New Ann and Laurel going for the lead. Salzburg lighting up the rail. Then from the outside, JK Missile, and the far outside is Maple Leaf Gem. They're now 3 deep at the 8th. Racing up into 4th now. In at the rail, that's Princetown Kelly racing at 5th. As they turn down to the back stretch, that's Buster Will in the early trailer. En route to the quarter, Rustico Hayakitaki still they battle on for the lead, and Salzburg lighting at the rail, and Alirpino, they are the leaders. Racing second now is JK Missile. Third on the outside, Maple Leaf Gem. There's a gap to 4th. New Ann and Laurel there. Racing 5th is Princetown Kelly, and he moves out. Moving up 6th, Rustico Hayakitaki. Then at the rail 7th, Buster Will, the opener, 30 and 1/5 down the stretch towards the opening half mile. Salzburg Lighting is showing the way. Racing from second, in at the rail now. That's JK Missile. Dropping back into third is Maple Leaf Gem on the outside, Princetown Kelly. Moving up 4th, New Ann and Laurel is 5th. Then in 6th, Rustico Hayakitaki. Trailing this field is Buster Will, the opening half in 1:01 and 2. Over to 5/8 they go, and the leader, it's still Salzburg Lighting. JK Missile getting the 2-hole ride. Uptight in third now, that is Maple Leaf Gem. Princetown Kelly a contending 4th. Rustico Hayek attacking the outside 5th. Buster Will now is 6th, and the trailer. That's New Inn and Laurel 7th. They're on by the 3/4, and it's still Salzbrook lighting the leader. Second at the rail, J.K. Missile. Princetown Kelly is moving up to be 3rd. 3/4 gone by in 1:33 and 4 1/8 of a mile to trot. And it's Salzbrook lighting in the second elimination of the Pepsi Dairy Queen. Second is J.K. Missile. Princetown Kelly on the outside is coming on. Far outside, Rustico Hayek attacking at the finish. Salzbrook lighting. Here they are. Third and final elimination of the Pepsi Dairy Queen Futurity for 3-year-old trotters. From the rail out, Irish Ashley and Kenny Arsenault. Dot's Wonder Girl and David O'Brien. Trademark Crown and Earl Smith. Campbell's Buddy and Paul McDonald. Rustico Vanessa and Gary Chappell. Corny with Joe Smallwood. AJ's Pickles, Albert Bernard. Here they come. There they go, off strike getting out, Rustico Vanessa. Corny is leaving, along with Trademark Crown. At the rail, it's Irish Ashley, and way outside into the turn, AJ's Pickles 4th. Racing into 5th now is Campbell's Buddy, then in 6th towards the rail, Dot's Wonder Girl, and the early trailer. That's Rustico Vanessa, trailing after the break. They're en route to the 1/4 mile. Irish Ashley on top. Trademark Crown coming early now, and they're trotting some folks in the early going. Racing 3rd at the rail now, that is Corny. Then in 4th, on the inside is AJ's Pickles. 5th is Campbell's Buddy. Then in 6th, Dot's Wonder Girl, and the trailer. That is Rustico Vanessa, 30-1 at the 1/4. On by the 3/8, and Trademark Crown opening a half a dozen lengths on Irish Ashley now, and it's starting to widen. Racing 3rd up the rail is Corny, then in 4th, AJ's Pickles. Campbell's Buddy 5th, then in 6th. From the rail, Dot's Wonder Girl, and the trailer. In the backfield, 7th, Rustico Vanessa. On by the opening half mile, and it's Trademark Crown all alone going to 5/8. 59-2. Second 1/4 at ya. 29-1. Trademark Crown off by himself. Well back second is Irish Ashley. Corny trotting 3rd. Then in 4th at the rail. That is AJ's Pickle. Campbell's Buddy in 5th. Racing 6th. Dot's Wonder Girl and Rustico Vanessa trailing the field. It's all Trademark Crown now. Clear on the front. Second up the rail is Irish Ashley. Trotting up 3rd. Here comes Campbell's Buddy. 1:30-4 at the 3/4. An insurmountable lead now. It's Trademark Crown coming to the finish. Irish Ashley is 2nd. On the outside, Campbell's Buddy 3rd. It's the 3rd elimination going to Trademark Crown in a romp for Earl Smith. Here they are. It's the George Proud MP Hillsborough Pace, and I'll tell you one thing, Mr. Proud, you've got some good horses about to do some battle for that red and white cooler. 12th race finale, Barnard, Paul Rogerson. C.A. McD, Archie McNeil. Rosetown Eagle, Brian McVeigh. Musco Chip and Bernard McCullough. Rosina's Road, Gary McDonald. Alltalk's brother, David O'Brien. Almahurst Looker, Earl Smith, and here they come. They're off and pacing, Rosetown Eagle and Barnard leaving out. C.A. McD will tuck in 3rd as they round the turn. Coming up on the outside, 4th. Alltalk's brother, then up the railing 5th. That is Almahurst Looker. Pacing 6th now towards the inside is Musco Chip, the early trailer. That is Rosina's Road. Barnard in line to Paul Rogerson. Have the lead on the backstretch. Rosetown Eagle looking for the 2 spot, but it's going to be closed in by C.A. McD at the rail. From the outside is All Talk's Brother now in fourth. Pacing fifth on the rail, that is Elmhurst to Looker. Then in sixth, here comes Rosina's Road. And the trailer, as they move up the turn, is Must Go Chip. 28 and 4. Opening quarter, backfield well in motion now. Approaching the opening half mile, Rosetown Eagle on the outside. Bonart at the rail. All Talk's Brother on the outside, third. Then in fourth, C.A. McD. Rosina's Road, fifth. Then in sixth, Elmhurst to Looker. Trailing the field, Must Go Chip by the half. Boom! Just like that. 58 seconds flat. On their way to three-quarters. They're going three wide. Bonart at the rail. Rosina's Road far outside to take over. Rosetown Eagle. Big effort from him. Between them third, but he's right there. Three wide fourth. Must Go Chip. Then in fifth, in at the rail, C.A. McD. Between them is All Talk's Brother. Two tiers, three deep, and they're turning home. 128 flat at three-quarters. Anyone's race. It's still Bonart the leader. C.A. McD in the passing lane for Archie McNeil. They're going to get it all. Here they are. Three-year-old filly Pacers is the afternoon sixth race. I'll get a spot on the wings. Rail out. Woodmere Droplet. Joberio. EJ's Pride Ernie Lappin. She's a Den Ron Matheson. Kiermore Kenny Arsenault. Happy's Misbehavin' Rod Jameson. PH Happy Cat Todd Trites. Here they come. They're off and pacing at the rail. It's Woodmere Droplet leaving out. Between horses, Happy's Misbehavin'. Three wide, PH Happy Cat is third at the rail. She's a Den now in fourth. Then fifth is EJ's Pride, the trailer. That is Kiermore. They're going to the quarter, and PH Happy Cat on the outside with the lead. In at the rail, Woodmere Droplet now second. Pacing into third, She's a Den. Then a gap back to fourth. Harry's Misbehaving racing on the inside. Check fourth, Happy's Misbehaving. Then fifth is EJ's Pride. The trailer is Kiermore. Opener, 29 seconds flat. And Happy Cat on the front now. In line to Todd Trite. In at the rail, Woodmere Droplet is second. Uptight third, that is She's a Den. Then racing fourth, Happy's Misbehavin'. Racing after them fifth on the outside is EJ's Pride. And the trailer at the rail, Kiermore is sixth. By the opening half mile, PH Happy Cat the leader. Second, Woodmere Droplet racing third. She's a Den. 57-2. Boom! Just like that. Rolling on the front is PH Happy Cat. In at the rail, Woodmere Droplet. Here comes EJ's Pride on the outside. Now third. Fourth at the rail. She's a Den. Kiermore fifth. Happy's Misbehavin'. Trailing the field by three-quarters. PH Happy Cat. 128. 3/5. Eight of them all left to go in the third division of the Atlantic Sire Stakes. And PH Happy Cat the leader. Woodmere Droplet headed for the passing lane second. EJ's Pride on the outside is third. They're in deep stretch now. And here's Division 3. PH Happy Cat, Todd Trites. Here they are. Race going to the starter. It's the sixth division of the Atlantic Sire Stakes for three-year-old filly Pacers. From the rail out, there's Elm Grove Cheyenne and Walter Chevrolet. Glennie's Glory and Ernie Lappin. Portrait of a Lady and Darren Crow. Acton Exotic for Ronnie McLean. Down East to Jewel and Shane Bernard. Island Tess and Gary McDonald. Trailing Seawind Mistress for Donnie McDougall. 10th race. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Elm Grove Cheyenne from the rail, leaving out. From the outside, second is Acton Exotic as they move into the turn for third. Sea Wind Mistress, now Portrait of a Lady, takes fourth. Glenny's Glory in at the rail is fifth. Down East Jewel sixth. The Triller is Island Tessa. They all have spots at the hubless rail, and they're going to chase Walter Chevrolet and Elm Grove Cheyenne. They are the early fraction setters. In at the rail, Acton Exotic on their back second. Third on the inside is Sea Wind Mistress, racing fourth. Portrait of a Lady, Glenny's Glory is fifth. Down East Jewel sixth. And trailing seventh, that is Island Tessa. The opener was 30 and a 1/5. And Portrait of a Lady now starts to move on the outside fourth as they arrive at the 3/8. Elm Grove Cheyenne cutting it out. Two-hole ride is Acton Exotic now third, and moving up Portrait of a Lady. Glenny's Glory following cover outside fourth. Sea Wind Mistress at the rail racing fifth. Back in sixth is Down East Jewel, and trailing on the outside seventh, that's Island Tessa. Going now to the paddock turn. Time to Elm Grove Cheyenne at the half in 101 flat. From second outside is Portrait of a Lady. Running the rail in third, that is Acton Exotic. Fourth on the inside, Sea Wind Mistress. Glenny's Glory racing fifth. Large gap to Down East Jewel sixth. And trailing outside seventh is Island Tessa. They're at 3/4 now, and they're led there by Elm Grove Cheyenne. From the outside, Portrait of a Lady is now 2 lengths off of her second. Third at the rail is Acton Exotic. Sea Wind Mistress now moving up on the outside fourth, 1:31 and 2 at 3/4. Elm Grove Cheyenne starting to lead them away now. Racing second, Portrait of a Lady. Acton Exotic third, Sea Wind Mistress fourth. Division 6, 3-year-old fillies, Elm Grove Cheyenne, Walter Chevrolet. Here they are. Of Atlantic Sire Stakes. Never before in the history of this great track has there been this many 3-year-old pacing fillies in Atlantic Sire Stakes competition. Our first record of Old Home Week 99. Glengal Marge on the rail and Kenny Arsenault. Blue Meadow Ollie 2, Gary Chappell. Revealing 3 and Gilles Barrio. Rip Lawrence Norton 4, David O'Brien. Hillview Jenna 5, Todd Trite. Island Tradition 6, Claire McDonald. Woodmere Matty 7, Dave Carey. Zersey 8, John Hucko. Showtime! They're off and pacing. Glengal Marge from the rail, leaving out. From the outside, Rip Lawrence Norton is second. Third at the rail as they go on around the turn. Arriving at the 8th is Blue Meadow Ollie. Into fourth, that is Island Tradition. Pacing fifth. From the outside as they turn to the back stretch, Woodmere Matty. Then in sixth, that is Zersey. Pacing seventh. Hillview Jenna and the trailer after a break. That is Revealing 8. They're at the opening quarter, and Kenny Arsenault has guided Glengal Marge to the lead. Pacing second at the rail is Blue Meadow Ollie. The opener was 29 seconds flat. And Glengal Marge leading at the 3/8 now. Blue Meadow Ollie, the 2-hole ride. Racing third, Rip Lawrence Norton. Here comes Island Tradition now. Starting up on the outside, racing fourth. Then it's Woodmere Matty at the rail, fifth. Up for 6 is Hillview Jenna. 7th at the rail is Zersey. And the trailer is Revealing. Going now to the paddock turn, second time. Glengal Marge is the leader. The half in a minute. 3/5. Island Tradition now is at her wheel, second. Third at the rail is Blue Meadow Ollie. Fourth on the outside, Rip Lawrence Norton. Fifth at the rail, Woodmere Matty. Hillview Jenna, a contending 6th. Well back 7th, that is Zersey. And Revealing, trailing the field. They're going at 3/4. Glengal Marge on top, a length and a quarter. Second on the outside, Island Tradition. Third at the rail, that is Blue Meadow Ollie. 3/4 in 1:30 and 3. Third quarter, 30 seconds flat. 8th division in the lane. Glengal Marge, Island Tradition well back now. Racing up third, Rip Lawrence Norton. The 8th division, 3-year-old fillies. Glengal Marge, Kenny Arsenault. Here they are. going to the gate, and the gate's on the move. One Sharp Gussie, Pooker McCollum. Katie's Match 2, Kenny Arsenault. The Black Trooper 3, Ronnie McLean. Stone Rakes Kid 4, George Renison. Lot Like Mel 5, Todd Trites. Forest Hill Elixir 6, Toby McDonald. 7, Glorious Scooter and Robert Laffin. 8 is Presidential Gold and David McDougall. Here they come. And there they go, off and pacing, and off stride at the rail. That's Sharp Gussie now, and Presidential Gold having a little trouble getting around. They're into the turn, and for the lead now. That is the Black Trooper. On the outside, Stone Rakes Kid is second. Moving up 3 wide and driving third is Forest Hill Elixir. Now up the rail in fourth is Lot Like Mel, pacing up into fifth. That is Katie's Match. Then in sixth, Glorious Scooter. Pacing from seventh, that's Sharp Gussie, and up the rail is Presidential Gold. On by that opening quarter mile, and Toby McDonald has moved Forest Hill Elixir on to the lead. Now second and moving out after a 29-2 opener. And on the move on the outside and going back now for the lead. That is the Black Trooper racing along the inside. Second, Forest Hill Elixir. Watching them third as they move down the stretch, approaching the opening half mile. That is Stone Rakes Kid up and driving. Here comes Glorious Scooter driving to the front now. In at the rail, second, the Black Trooper, and the outside third. So moving into the turn, a Lot Like Mel, fourth at the rail. Forest Hill Elixir, 60 seconds flat. Opening half mile time, and Glorious Scooter on the backstretch, clear by 3. In at the rail, the Black Trooper now second. Third on the outside, Forest Hill Elixir. Lot Like Mel fourth. Then in fifth, Katie's Match. Sixth on the outside, Stone Rakes Kid. Presidential Gold is seventh, and the trailer Sharp Gussie 1:29-3 at 3/4. Backstretch 29 and change, and this is Glorious Scooter. 3-year-old Matt Scooter colt. He's undefeated and on the drive for 5, and he's home and cooled. Glorious Scooter in the 6th. Here they are. Judges do have an inquiry underway now in race number 6. Judges inquiry in the 6th. Cork on the rail and Kenny Arsenault. Island Samson is 2 and Gary Chappell. Happy Family 3, Trevin Shive. Island Stephen 4, Ronnie McLean. Rhonda's Buddy 5, Mike McDonald. Delon Rogue is 6 and Gary McDonald. Rick Ambler 7, Jody Hennessy. Trailing from 8, Classic Rock. Norris Rogers, here they come. They're off and racing and offstride. Pop your cork up the rail into the turn. That is Rhonda's Buddy leaving out. Second towards the inside. Happy Family is leaving from the inside. Third is Island Samson on the turn and racing after them fourth. As they arrive at the opening 8th is Delon Rogue. Pacing 5th, Island Stephen. Then in 6th, turning to the backstretch en route to the opening quarter mile. In 6th is Rick Gambler. 7th, Classic Rock, and the Triller. Pop Your Cork is 8th after the break, leaving over to the opening quarter mile, and that ageless wonder on the front end is Happy Family. In line to Dr. Trevin Shive, the opener, as they race by the quarter, 29-4. Now on the outside and set to drive on to challenge. Island Stephen is coming to call. Rhonda's Buddy is third at the rail, racing fourth now on the outside. That is Rick Gambler. Island Samson got to shuffle back to 5th at the rail. Pacing up on the outside for 6th is Classic Rock. Then in 7th, Delon Rogue and the Triller. That is Pop Your Cork in 8th by the opening half. And Island Stephen on the outside. Happy Family keeps them there in 59-4. They're at the 5/8 now. And it's Happy Family along the rail, the leader. Island Stephen came early and he's caught out. Third at the rail is Rhonda's Buddy. Pacing fourth on the inside, Island Samson. 3 wide, there goes Classic Rock. Now 5th. Then in 6 between horses, that is Rick Gambler. 7th at the rail, Delon Rogue and the trailer on the outside. Pop your cork. They're 4 wide now. 3/4 up in a 1:29 and 1/8 of a mile left to go, and it's Happy Family turning for home. Second on the outside, that is Island Samson, and they're tangled up in the backfield now. Deep in the stretch, Happy Family, Island Samson, it's Happy Family. Here they are. The APM Gold Cup and Saucer Trial 1. 1 is Freshly Squeezed and Brian Andrew. Pushing Daisies 2, Phil Pinckney. 3 Force of Life, Mike McDonald. Glenn Royden in 4, Walter Chevery. 5 Sunny Side of Street, Rod Jameson. You're the Man GB 6 for Doc Moore. Outsider on the hub 7, Mark Webby. Here they come. They're off and pacing, and the Lone Mare is beating them out now. In at the rail, Freshly Squeezed to the front. Pushing Daisies on the outside. Now second, up into third. Force of Life, Glenn Royden in 4th at the rail. Run the hub on the outside is 5th. Then in 6th, Sunny Side of Street, You're the Man. The early trailer 7th on their way to the 1/4 mile. The early setter, Freshly Squeezed. In line to Brian Andrew, they're clear by 2.5. Second up the rail now is Pushing Daisies, racing 3rd. That is Force of Life, racing 4th. Opening quarter, 28, 1/5. Over now to 3/8. Freshly Squeezed, and the Mayor is driving off on the boys. Clear by 4. In at the rail, second, Pushing Daisies. Here comes Force of Life, being sent to the outside. Now third, Glenn Royden in, sent out 4th. Sunny Side of Street 5th. Run the hub 6. You're the Man. In at the rail 7th. Opening half mile 56. 3/5 at the 5/8 now. Freshly Squeezed on top, and Force of Life sent to the outside. Now second, Glenn Royden in. Third on the outside, Pushing Daisies. 4th at the rail. Now 5th, Sunny Side of Street. You're the Man. 6th at the rail. Run the hub. Now trailing 3/4. Force of Life, the leader. 1:26 and 4. 1/8 of a mile to go. Here comes Trial 1. Force of Life at the rail. Glenn Royden in on the outside. The only one with a shot at him now. They're in deep stretch, coming to the finish, and Glenn Royden in. Trial 1 for Chevery. Here they are. The APM Gold Cup and Saucer Trial 2. 1 Southview Matt, Rod Jameson. Euripides 2, Gary McDonald. Keystone Lowdown 3, Mike McDonald. Rembrandt Blue Chip 4, Steve Mason. 5 Corey's Big Guy and Joe Barrio. Not Enough Fun 6 and Len McGuigan. 7 Nuclear Onslaught for Freddie Gregory. Here they come. They're up and pacing, leaving out in at the rail to the turn now. That is Euripides racing from the outside, going on around the turn. Corey's a Big Guy, pacing from 3rd as they turn up the backstretch. From the outside, on route to the opening quarter, Nuclear Onslaught, and right from the 2-hole, there goes Corey's Big Guy and Barrio. Right to the front now. In at the rail 2nd, that is Euripides. 3rd on the outside, Nuclear Onslaught racing 4th at the rail. Keystone Lowdown, 28 and 1. Opening quarter, racing out at 5th. Southview Matt rounding the turn. Now in 6th towards the rail, Rembrandt Blue Chip and the trailer. That's Not Enough Funds. down the lane. Opening half mile is coming up, and it's Corey's Big Guy, clear by 3. Euripides is second. Up to the outside, there goes Southview Matt, half a mile, 56, 2/5. Midway around the paddock turn by the 5/8, turning now to 3/4. The leader, Corey's Big Guy. Euripides at the rail. Southview Matt advancing third on the outside. Keystone Lowdown fourth. Rembrandt Blue Chip fifth. Then in sixth, Not Enough Funds. Nuclear Onslaught trailing the field. 3/4. 1:25. 1/5. 1/8 of a mile to go. And here comes Corey's Big Guy in trial 2. Second on the outside, Southview Matt. Keystone Lowdown third. It's trial 2 to Corey's Big Guy and Gilles Barrio. Here they are. It's the 5th division of the Atlantic Sire Stakes for 3-year-old pacing colts, 9th race. William Frank on the rail for Norris Rogers. Nick Way Malloy, 2. Kenny Arsenal. Ashton Blitz, 3. Rod Jameson. Matt Icarus, 4. And James Ramsey. This Cam's Down is 5, and Steve Mason. Southview Kramer, 6. David O'Brien. Familiar Face on the outside, 7. Claire McDonald, 9th race. Showtime. They're off and pacing. Southview Kramer from the outside between horses Nick Way Malloy, and William Frank is taking them all on at the rail. William Frank the leader at the 8th pole. From the outside, Southview Kramer is second. Third at the rail, Nick Way Malloy. Now in 4th, that is Ashton Blitz. Racing 5th. In at the rail, this Cam's Down. Then in 6th, Familiar Face. Trailing the field. Now that is Matt Icarus at the opening quarter, and David O'Brien has sent Southview Kramer onto the lead and widening by 3, 28 and 3 at the opener. Southview Kramer's on top. William Frank at the rail second. Now third, Nick Way Malloy. Then in 4th, that is Ashton Blitz racing from 5th. This Cam's Down, pacing 6th. That's Familiar Face, and the trailer is Matt Icarus trailing 7th. They're halfway home in the 9th, and that is Southview Kramer showing the way. Pacing 2nd, William Frank, half in 58 and 3 on their way to 5/8 now. Southview Kramer, William Frank, Nick Way Malloy is 3rd and moving out. Ashton Blitz now 4th. Familiar Face into the hunt on the outside 5th. Pacing 6th. This Cam's Down. Trailing on the outside. That is Matt Icarus 7th. They're over to 3/4 next. Southview Kramer is still the leader. Nick Way Malloy now in 2nd. Ashton Blitz 3rd. 1:29 and 4 at the 3/4. 1/8 of a mile left to come here in the 9th. Southview Kramer, Nick Way Malloy on the outside 2nd. Ashton Blitz 3rd. Coming up 4th, Familiar Face. They're in deep stretch now. Here comes Division 5, Atlantic Shires. It's Nick Way Malloy for Kenny Arsenault. Here they are. Eighth division of Atlantic Sire Stakes, the first time in the history of the Sire Stakes program. There's been 8 divisions of 3-year-old pacing colts. Another history afternoon here at Old Home Week 99. 12th with Sunset Josh and Roddy Jameson. Irish Rebel Norris Rogers. Buster Buttons and Darren Crow. Andrew Duncan, Kenny Arsenault. Majestic Pines, Booker McCollum. Bucky's Family, Wayne McGean. Income Trust, Paul McDonald, and Argo Flutie, Gilles Barrio. Showtime! They're off and pacing, and Buster Buttons breaks the gate out. Racing 2nd up the rail now is Sunset Josh into the turn. Andrew Duncan is 3rd. From the rail 4th. That is Irish Rebel racing from 5th. As they go by that opening 8, that is Bucky's Family. 6 towards the rail is Argo Flutie. Pacing from 7th, Majestic Pines. Now the trailer. That is Income Trust. They all have spots at the hubless rail. And Darren Crow has Buster Buttons out in front by 2 lengths. Second at the rail is Sunset Josh. Then in third, that is Andrew Duncan. They arrive at that opener in 28 and 3. Over to 3/8 now. And Buster Buttons the leader. Sunset Josh is second. In at the rail, Andrew Duncan continuing third. Up fourth, that is Irish Rebel. Here comes Argo Flutie. Now on the outside, 5th, racing from 6th, Bucky's Family. 7th at the rail, Majestic Pines. And the trailer, that is Income Trust in the outside 8th. They arrived at that opening half mile. And boom! Just like that, they're there 57 and 4 on by 5/8 now. Buster Buttons on top. Sunset Josh at the rail, and he's under urging second. Andrew Duncan now is third. Then in fourth at the rail is Irish Rebel. 5th in the outside, Argo Flutie. Take a look at the front, folks. Buster Buttons driving away now. He's clear by 7. 1:26 and 3 at the 3/4 now. The 8th and the final and the history division. They're turning on home now. Atlantic Sires, and it's all Buster Buttons. Sunset Josh is second. Far outside, Bucky's Family third. Division 8 3-year-old Colt Pacers. Buster Buttons, Darren Crow. Here they are. Sherilyn McDonald Memorial Pace with 1 Sandy Star for Norris Rogers. Courageous Rose 2 and Ron Matheson. 3 is Armbro Supernova, Steve Mahar. Classic Scooter 4 and Len McGuigan. Put the Hammer Down is 5 and Walter Cheverty. Breezy Zip is 6 and Brian McPhee. Dandy Dexter is outside from 7 and Barry Creswell. Trailing from 8, Bill's Express and Gary Chappell. It's 4th race. Race time. Third off end, pacing Classic Scooter leaving out from the rail. That's Armbro Supernova. Outside and racing third is Put the Hammer Down. Into the turn up the rail in 4th is Sandy Star. Pacing from 5th, Bill's Express. Courageous Rose 6. Breezy Zip is 7th. And the Triller, Dandy Dexter. They'll go to the opening quarter mile led by Classic Scooter. In line to Len McGuigan. Put the Hammer Down. Gonna put the hammer down. Driving right up on the outside and set to challenge. And he's set to take over. Armbro Supernova. He's a handful at the rail now in third. The opening quarter mile in 29 and 4. Midway on the turn and Put the Hammer Down. Move to the lead for Walter Cheverty. Second now Classic Scooter. Then in third they move off the turn. Armbro Supernova. Pacing the rail in 4th. That is Sandy Star. Up on the outside and starting to move now in 5th. As they move down the stretch, approaching the opening half mile. Moving up now on the outside is Courageous Road, and that has brought Armbro Supernova out, and Mahar is going to quickly send him right to the lead. Put the Hammer Down is second, Courageous Rose on the outside third. Racing 4th, that is Classic Scooter, opening half in a minute, 3/5. Racing 5th is Bill's Express, Sandy Star at the rail in 6th. Breezy Zip is the 7th, trailing on the outside. Dandy Dexter 8th, they're on the back stretch, and they're going now to 3/4 led by Armbro Supernova. In at the rail, Put the Hammer Down is second. Courageous Rose third outside. Classic Scooter 4th at the rail. Bill's Express is 5th. Racing 6th, Sandy Star, then Dandy Dexter, 1:30 and 3/4. Back stretch in 30 seconds flat. We're over to the 7/8. Armbro Supernova. Camfella Gold leading them on down the lane. Put the Hammer Down is second. Third on the outside, Courageous Rose. Classic Scooter 4th. They can't catch Armbro Supernova. Here they are. Now returning to the winner's circle in race 4, the number 3 entry is Armblow Supernova. They facing Gelding 3 Years by Cam Falla. From the Bee Gees, Bonnie Dam, Armblow Bramble. Owned and trained by Sandra Foley of Fredericton, New Brunswick. Steve Mahar in the driver's seat for the win. Time of the mile in 2 minutes, 3/5. Number 3, Armblow Supernova in the 4th. On the track side for the Sherilyn McDonald Memorial Cooler presentation. Sherilyn was a Gold Cup and Saucer ambassador in 95. She represented Smart Decision in Cup and Saucer race. Sherry was a familiar face here at the driving park. Spent many years and good times at the races in her early childhood. Friends joining at trackside: Don Ward, Shelley Gallant, Tammy Arsenault, Sarah Jane McDonald. Race number 11 on their way to the starter. Who's It Jim and Gary McDonald, Kendall Python and Walter Chevrolet. Evie's Angel and Gary Chappell. Good cheer for Norris Rogers. Mr. Rude, Steve Mahar, Altock's brother and David O'Brien. MK Sparky outside and Ronnie McLean, the trailer. Less talk, more action, and Henry Smallwood. Here they come. They're off and pacing from the middle. It's Good Cheer. In at the rail, Who's It Jim and All Talks Brothers driving up on the outside, 3 deep to the turn 3rd. Pacing from 4th, that is Kendall Python. Then at the rail, Mr. Rude racing at 5th. Evie's Angel is 6th. That in 7th, Let's Talk More Action and the early trailer. That is MK Sparky. They're going to the quarter mile. All Talks Brother now up on the outside. Going to clear in line to David O'Brien. Good Cheer left strong, and he's now 2nd at the rail. Pacing 3rd is Who's It Jim. Racing now on the inside 4th is Kendall Python. They arrive at that opening quarter. They were there 28 and 2/5 on the front. Going on by the 3/8. They're turning on down the lane, and the leader now, that is All Talks Brother. Pacing 2nd as they move through the stretch in front of us. First time around, approaching the half mile. Good Cheer is 2nd. 3rd, Who's It Jim. Here comes Mr. Rude up 4th. Racing 5th from the outside is Evie's Angel. Kendall Python is 6th. Then Let's Talk More Action. MK Sparky opening half mile. 58 2/5 by 5/8. Turning now to 3/4. All Talks Brother on top. Mr. Rude is 2nd. Good Cheer 3rd. Moving out 4th. Who's It Jim? Then in 5th. Kendall Python. Evie's Angel is 6th. Let's Talk More Action is 7th. And the trailer on the outside, MK's Sparky by 3/4. 1:28 and a 3/8 of a mile left to go. And it's All Talks Brother turning home. 2nd is Mr. Rude. Who's It Jim is 3rd. Deep in the stretch. Coming to the finish. Last year's Horse of the Year. This year, a winner. All Talks Brother. Facing Black Stallion 5 by Nukes Lobel. From the Bobby Ed Dam Barn Talk, owned by Joe McRae and Margaret Murphy of Charlottetown. Joe does the trend. It's the 8 p.m. Gold Cup and Saucer, Trial 3. Everyone gets a spot on the wings. Top 3 return Saturday in the 40th Gold Cup and Saucer. 1 is Happy Homecoming and Walter Chevrolet. 2 is Dexter's Lion and Todd Trites. 3 Realities Place and Real Bourgeois. Raleigh Fingers 4 and Bill Sharp. El Perfecto is 5 and Joe Barrio. Order to go 6, John Holmes. 7, Cam's Country Boy, Mike McDonald. Showtime at Charlottetown. They're off and pacing Dexter's Lion leaving out. Happy Homecoming at the rail. El Perfecto on the outside is third as they round the turn. Happy Homecoming is on the run at the rail. Backfield down and around now. As they arrive at that opening 8, El Perfecto is El Fronto now. In line to Gilberto. Second at the rail is Dexter's Lion racing up into third. That's order to go. Now in fourth. In at the rails, they move along the back stretch. Reality's Place, pacing from fifth to Raleigh Fingers. Then in sixth, Cam's Country Boy, the Triller. That is Happy Homecoming in seventh. The opener, 28 and 3/5. Over to 3/8 now. Round the turn first time. El Perfecto is the leader. Down the lane for time 1. Dexter's Lion at the rail is second. Order to go. Uptight third. Moving out fourth. Reality Place, and there goes Order to Go. Cam's Country Boy at the rail fifth. Now on the outside sixth. Raleigh Fingers, the Trailer, Happy Homecoming. They arrive at the opening half mile in 58 and 2. Judges like the inquiry sign here in the 12th. They're on their way to 3/4, led by El Perfecto. Order to Go now on the outside. Coming on to challenge. Dexter's Lion third at the rail. Racing up fourth as they move along the back stretch. That is Cam's Country Boy. Reality Place fifth. Then in sixth, Raleigh Fingers. The Trailer, Happy Homecoming. 1:27 and 2. Boom! Just like that, they're down to an 8 to go. Here comes Trial 3 in the lane, and it's still El Perfecto. Dexter's Lion is second. Order to Go on the outside is there third. Deep in the stretch, Trial 3, El Perfecto and Gilberto. Colonel Dan Memorial Trot. Captain Stretch and Joe Smallwood. Greatest Victory and Pookie McCollum. Rebecca's Trap and Teddy Smallwood. Zoe's Crown and Jack Bernard. Brookridge Gold Star and Gary McDonald. Midnight Image, the Trailer for Paul McDonald. 10th race, Trotters, top of the stretch. Here they come. They're off hand trotting. Brookridge Gold Star is leaving out. So the Crown between horses, and up the rail Rebecca's Trap third as they make the turn. Trotting fourth, that is Captain Stretch. Then in fifth, as they move over to the 8th pole, is Greatest Victory. And the early trailer is Midnight Image on their way to the opening quarter mile. And Gary McDonald has sailed right to the front now aboard Brookridge Gold Star, widening by 5 at the quarter. In at the rail second is Zoe's Crown. Now in third, that is Rebecca's Trap. They arrive at the opener. 28 3/5. They're on the trot, folks, and they're midway around the turn. Brookridge Gold Star gonna have to do it all by himself. Trotting on down the stretch. Zoe's Crown well off of him in second. Racing third at the rail, Rebecca's Trap. Then in fourth, Captain Stretch. Midnight Image is fifth. Trailing sixth, Greatest Victory. They're over to the opening half mile, and Brookridge Gold Star. Boom! Just like that, 58 2/5. Over to 5/8. He's on the lead, showing the way. Clear 15 on him. Second at the rail, Zoe's Crown. Rebecca's Trap third. Captain Stretch fourth. Then in fifth, Midnight Image trailing the field. Greatest Victory, and it's a great big lead at the 3/4 now. Brookridge Gold Star all alone. 1:29 2/5 down at 3/4. Second is Zoe's Crown. Third at the rail, Rebecca's Trap. Captain Stretch fourth. Greatest Victory and Midnight Image racing at fifth. They're driving on down the lane now. Deep stretch. Brookridge Gold Star the leader. Second, Zoe's Crown. Here's the finish. Big effort out of them, folks. It's Brookridge Gold Star and Gary McDonald. Here they are. 2-year-old pacing colts. One last of Bella for Bernard McCollum. No Joke 2 and Mike Campbell. Loops on 3, Ron Matheson. Woodmere Dropper is 4 and Gary McDonald. Island Ultra 5, Steve Mahar. Scholar's Dancer is 6 for Paul McDonald. GL Colombo is outside 7 for Jack Bernard. Trailing 8, Remo and Joe Barrial. Here comes Division 4 of Atlantic Sires. Showtime. They're up and pacing, and Scholar's Dancer way on the outside between horses. That is Island Ultra, and at the rail, last up, Bella. Off stride is Island Ultra, and Skylar's Dancer goes on the run now. So they move on round the turn. Racing down the inside second, that is Remo. Up for third, No Joke. And at the inside, Loops on his fourth. Moving into fifth is GL Colombo. Pacing sixth now is Skylar's Dancer. Then up the rail in seventh, Woodmere Dropper. And the trailer going off stride is Island Ultra. Judges like the inquiry sign on the infield tilt board. Hold on to all tickets here in race 11. Judges inquiry 30 and 2 at the quarter. Last up, Bella for Puka McCollum on the lead. Second now from the outside. There goes GL Colombo. Remo at the rail is third, and once again they get confused in the backfield. They're on the way down the stretch, and the opening half mile is up and coming. Last of Bella the leader, and GL Colombo the challenger. Pacing third at the rail is Remo. Fourth on the outside is Woodmere Dropper. Then in fifth at the rail is No Joke. Racing sixth, Loops on. Then in seventh, Scholar's Dancer. As they move by the opening half mile, they were there in 1:01 and 1. Second quarter, 30 and 4. Midway round the paddock turn for the second time. Last up, Bella on the lead. GL Colombo on the outside. A long, tiring mile is second. 3 wide. There goes Woodmere Dropper now in third. Remo is fourth along the rail. Moving outside for fifth is No Joke. Then in sixth as they race the back stretch, Loops on. Seventh was the inside Scholar's Dancer. They're by the three-quarter pole. Last up, Bella on the lead in 1:32 and 2. Remo at the rail is second. Woodmere Dropper on the outside third. Well back in fourth, that is No Joke. GL Colombo is fifth, and the fourth division of 2-year-old pacing colts. They're in the stretch now, and the leader last up, Bella. Remo at the rail is second. Woodmere Dropper third. They're not going to catch. Last up, Bella. Here they are. Twelfth race, 5th division of Sire Stakes. Southview Sabre and David O'Brien. Seagulls Big Talk and Ron Matheson. Black Magic, Rod Jameson. Charlotte's Polite, Phil Pinckney. Dakota Express, Cal McCoy. Maple Gold Lars, Gary McDonald. And how it's overtime for Jerry Snow. Here they come. They're off and pacing in the finale, and from the far outside, Maple Grove Lars is leaving from the inside, racing around the turn. That is Black Magic now for the lead. To his outside, Charlotte's Flight is second. Dakota Express now is third. Then in fourth, towards the rail is Southview Sabre. Pacing fifth, Seagull's Big Talk. Now Maple Grove Lars is sixth, and the trailer. How it's overtime in seventh, going to the quarter mile. And from the outside, Charlotte's Flight is the new leader. And Dakota Express, the new challenger. And they're on by that opener. And they're there, 30 and 2 at the quarter. Midway round the turn, and here comes another new leader. Dakota Express and Cal McQuarrie have taken over. Second at the rail is Charlotte's Flight, racing third. On the inside, they move down the stretch, Black Magic, and here comes Southview Sabre now. Roaring up on the outside. There's our fourth leader since the start. They're over to the opening half, and Southview Sabre's taken over. Second at the rail is Dakota Express, the opening half in 59 seconds flat. That second quarter in 28 and 3 by the 5/8, turning now to 3 quarters. Southview Sabre the leader. Second at the rail, that is Dakota Express. Then in third, Charlotte's Flight. Pacing fourth, Black Magic. CL's Big Talk now fifth. Then in sixth, Maple Grove Lars. Trailing the field, That is how it's overtime. 1:28. Three fifths down at 3/4. Might be watching a track record now. Turning for home, Division 5 Atlantic Sire Stakes. 2-year-old pacing colts. It's all Southview Sabre now. On the outside, Charlotte's Flight and Black Magic at the finish. Southview Sabre for David O'Brien. Here they are. Pacing colts. Just not Old Home Week unless we get a track record, folks. Here's the newest 2-year-old pacing colt at Charlottetown. 1:58, 2 fifths. Southview Sabre, David O'Brien. Evening's 12th race on the way to the starter. President's Pace. Eastwood Fred on the rail and Paul McDonald. Scoot Admiral is Stu and Steve Mahar. Stick It Out 3 and Brian Andrews. Stetson Any Size 4, Paul McKenzie. Daylon Rogue is 5 and Gary McDonald. Table Damage 6 and Brian McPhee. 7 is Rosina's Road and Max Seal. Maple Grove Helios is 8 for Ron Matheson. Here they come. There they go, off stride at the rail. That was Eastwood Fred as they moved into the turn, and going for the lead, Scoot Admiral and Stick It Out. Racing third now between horses, Stetson Any Size. On the turn on the outside of fourth, Rosina's Road. Pacing fifth now at the rail. That is Eastwood Fred. Then in sixth towards the inside. That's Maple Grove Helios. Pacing then seventh, Daylon Rogue and the early trailer. On the backstretch is Table Damage in eighth. They're on their way to the quarter mile, led by Stick It Out and Brian Andrew. Second at the rail is Scoot Admiral. The quarter mile time, 30 seconds flat from the inside, and racing on around the turn in third. There goes Stetson Any Size now on the move and following the cover. Up on the outside, fourth, Daylon Rogue. Then in fifth, that is Rosina's Road. Pacing sixth, Eastwood Fred. Seventh now to move down the stretch. Arriving at the opening half, that is Maple Grove Helios. And the trailer, Table Damage is 8 by the half, and Stetson Any Size right to the lead. Opening half, 60 seconds flat. Racing around the paddock turn for the second time. Stetson Any Size on the lead. Second is Daylon Rogue. Third on the outside, Rosina's Road. Fourth at the rail to Stick It Out. Moving up fifth is Eastwood Fred. Scoot Admiral is sixth. Maple Grove Helios seventh. And the trailer, Table Damage 8. They arrive at the 3/4, led by Stetson Any Size in 1:29 and 3. Third quarter, 29 and 3. From the outside, pacing it from the second. That's Rosina's Road. Now in third, Eastwood Fred. Daylon Rogue is fourth. Here comes the finale in the lane, and they're slugging it out. Stetson Any Size, the leader. On the outside, Rosina's Road, but it's Stetson Any Size. Here they are. Of Atlantic Sire Stakes for 2-year-old filly pacers. They're on the gate. All Talk, Sister, and Joe McRae. Charlotte Tabby and Jerry Snow. Lotto Money, Rod Jameson. Al Dusty. David O'Brien and Too Happy to Be Fussy, Bernard McCollum. Here they come. There they go, off stride getting out. That is Charlotte Tabby. They're into the turn. Lotto Money is going right on to the lead now. Pacing second as they move around the turn. That is Too Happy to Be Fussy. Then at the rail in third is All Talk Sister. All Dusty at the rail is racing and now into fourth. And the trailer once again rough gated. That is Charlotte Tabby fifth. They're going to the quarter mile, and they're led by Lotto Money in line to Rod Jameson. Second from the rail is Too Happy to Be Fussy. Then in third, All Talk Sister. Racing fourth. From the inside is All Dusty, 30 and 2 the quarter. Trailing this field in fifth, Charlotte Abbey. Racing on their way to 3/8 they go now, and Lotto Money getting respect on the front. Second is Too Happy to Be Fussy. Now that is All Dusty being sent to the outside and coming on to be third. All Talk Sister on the rail is fourth. In the backfield, the trailer is Charlotte Abbey approaching the opening half mile. Lotto Money is showing the way. From the rail, the two-hole ride. Too Happy to Be Fussy. Then in third, All Dusty, 1:02 and a 3. Opening half mile time. Pacing fourth, All Talk Sister. And the trailer going off stride once again. Charlotte Abbey on their way by the 5/8, and they'll go now to 3/4. And these fillies are starting to step some now. In at the rail, Lotto Money on the outside. All Dusty is second, and right there in third, Too Happy to Be Fussy. All Talk Sister drops out of it fourth. The trailer, Charlotte Abbey, 1:32 and 4 3/4. All Dusty's on the run. The third quarter in 30 and 1. Eighth of a mile left to go. Lotto Money turning for home with the lead. Second now on the outside is Too Happy to Be Fussy. Then in third, All Dusty, All Talk Sister. Charlotte Abbey trailing third division. 2-year-old filly pacers. Lotto Money. Rod Jameson. Here they are. Ninth race, Atlantic Sire Stakes, 2-year-old pacing fillies. Rail out. Waterside Evie and Kenny Arsenault. Don't Let Me Down, Steve Mason. Tia, Claire McDonald. Cash Drop, Paul McDonald. Basin View, Karen, Brian McPhee. Mind Rita, Norris Rogers. Here they come. They're off and pacing from the outside. Basin View, Karen, and at the rail, Waterside Evie leaving. Pacing third is Don't Let Me Down as they move into the turn. Now in fourth, that is Tia. Racing fifth, Cash Drop. Then the trailer, that is Mind Rita. On the way to the quarter mile, and Kenny Arsenault has put Waterside Evie out in front and clear by 3 in the early going. Second is Basin View, Karen, then at the rail. Racing now on the outside to check third, Tia. Fourth on the rail, that's Don't Let Me Down. Racing fifth, Cash Drop. The trailer, Mind Rita, 30 and 1 the quarter time. On their way down to the upper turn for the first time, Waterside Evie on top. Here comes a challenger now. Tia committed herself early, and she's caught out second. In at the rail and racing third, that is Basin View, Karen. Now in fourth, that is Don't Let Me Down. Pacing fifth is Cash Drop, and Mind Rita is trailing this field sixth at the opening half. Waterside Evie getting him there. Tia now finding a spot at the rail to second, and here comes Cash Drop. Opening half mile. They arrive there in a minute. 3/5. Second quarter, 30 and 2. And they're at the 5/8. Waterside Evie on top. Tia is second. Cash Drop moving into third. Now fourth is Basin View, Karen. On the outside, Don't Let Me Down is moving up fifth, and Mind Rita takes out trailing six. They're over to 3/4 now. And the leader, still Waterside Evie. Second at the rail, Tia. Cash Drop, a contending third. 3/4 gone by. They arrive at that station led by Waterside Evie. Second now is Tia. Then in third, Cash Drop. Don't Let Me Down is fourth. A division of the Atlantic Sire Stakes. Kenny Arsenault gonna wire the field aboard Waterside Evie. Here they are. Division of Atlantic Sire Stakes is today's 10th race final. Hannah O'Neill 1, Gary McDonald, Acton 32, Walter Chevery, Southview Susie 3, David O'Brien. The Scarlet Terror 4, and Bernard McCollum. Island You Got It 5, Cal McQuarrie. Runabout Girl is 6 and Len McGuigan. Princess Kelly is 7 and Earl Smith. 2-year-old pacing Phillies Atlantic Sires. They're off and pacing the Scarlet Terror is the one headed to the front. Pacing second is Acton Flirty as they move into the turn. Moving up third now is Island You Got It. From the rail in fourth is Hannah O'Neill. Then in fifth, Princess Kelly. 6 up the rail, Southview Susie and the Triller. That's Runabout Girl. Go to the quarter mile. Pooker McCollum has the Scarlet Terror, leading it by 2.5. Second at the rail, that is Acton Flirty. Racing third. On the inside is Island You Got It. Up into fourth is Hannah O'Neill. Then in fifth, Princess Kelly. 6 now, they go by the quarter. They were there 30 and 2. Pacing 6, Southview Susie and the Trailer 7th. Runabout Girl getting strung out a little now. The fillies arrive at the 3/8 and the Scarlet Terror cutting it out. In at the rail, Acton Flirty is giving chase second and Island You Got It third. A gap has opened up to fourth. Hannah O'Neill there. Here comes Princess Kelly now. Starting up on the outside fifth. Racing 6, Southview Susie and the Trailer. That is Runabout Girl in 7th. The opening half mile in a minute. 2 fast. Second quarter, 30 seconds flat. They're at the 5/8 now. The Scarlet Terror, the leader. Acton Flirty in at the rail is second. Island You Got It into third. Princess Kelly has taken over fourth. Then in fifth, that is Hannah O'Neill. Racing 6 on the back stretch. There on the inside, they move now to 3/4 Southview Susie and the Trailer. That is Runabout Girl, 3/4 in the books. 1:30 and 3, and the Scarlet Terror driving away. It's a clear 5 now. In at the rail, pacing a second. They move off the turn, racing on down the stretch. Acton Flirty, Island You Got It on the outside third. Then in fourth, Princess Kelly. Hannah O'Neill is coming on at the rail, and the Scarlet Terror is on the run at the finish. Here they are. Race number 3 lining up on the gate. From the rail out, Northern Emotion and Terrence Williams. Timeless Style and Wally Cheverly. Coho Salmon, Trevin Shive. Tom Mark, Caitlin, Kenny Arsenault. Chip in the Pocket, Gary McDonald. Woodmere Jock, Brian McPhee. Outside, O'Brien's Wish and Len McGuigan. Race 3 on the gate. It's at the top of the stretch. Here they come. They're off and pacing, leaving out. That is Coho Salmon. From the outside, O'Brien's Wish, and up the rail, that is Timeless Style, third around the turn. Pacing fourth. From the inside is Northern Emotion. Then racing from fifth, Chip in the Pocket. 6 is Don Mark Caitlin and the early Trailer. That is Woodmere Jock. They go to the opening quarter mile now, and up front the leader is Coho Salmon for Dr. Trevin Shive. In at the rail, O'Brien's Wish is now second. Timeless Style racing on the inside to be third. Then in fourth, that is Northern Emotion. The opener was 29 seconds flat. Midway around that upper turn for the first time, Coho Salmon the leader. In at the rail, O'Brien's Wish is second. Timeless Style watching them in third. Pacing fourth, that's Northern Emotion. Then in fifth at the rail, Chip in the Pocket. 6 is Don Mark Caitlin, and the Triller is Woodmere Jock approaching the opening half mile, and it's Coho Salmon dictating this one. Second is O'Brien's Wish. Then in third, as they move now to the paddock turn, Timeless Style. The opener was 59 and 4. They're midway on the turn now, led by Coho Salmon. Second is O'Brien's Wish, and there goes Timeless Style being sent to the outside in third. Racing fourth on the outside, Northern Emotion. From the rail in fifth, Dunmar Caitlin. Now in sixth, Chip in the Pocket. Pacing a seventh, Woodmere Jock. They're by 3/4. Coho Salmon the leader there in 1:30 and 4, and she's widening by 4 now. Second is Timeless Tile, up on the outside. Coming on third, Northern Emotion. Now fourth is Chip in the Pocket. It's all Coho Salmon now. Northern Emotion on the outside. In at the rail, Timeless Tile. Deep in the stretch, Coho Salmon. Here they are. Winner of the 50-50 draw tonight was Ann Copley of Inverness. Race number 11's on the gate. Fiddlin' Speed, Brian Andrew, Kendall Python, and Jeff Lilly. Who's a Gem and Kenny Arsenault. Aaron M. Down and Walter Chevery. Willard Eddy and Lem McGuigan. Clint's Joy is Sire McDonald. The trailer Dandy Dexter, Barry Craswell. 11th race. Top of the stretch. It's finale time on midweek at Charlottetown. The Rock Band pacing and leaving out. Kendall Python shooting to the front. Who's a Gem on the outside is second from the rail. Fiddlin' Speed into the turn. Racing up into fourth now. Aaron M. Down. Dandy Dexter is fifth. Then on the turn and racing sixth. Willard Eddy. The early trailer. That is Clint's Joy. And Jeff Lilly has sent Kendall Python right down the road now, leading it by a length and 3/4. Second up the rail is Fiddlin' Speed, up into third. Who's a Gem? Then in fourth, along the inside, Aaron M. Down, racing after them fifth. Dandy Dexter. Boom! Just like that, 28-4. Co-order over to 3/8 now, and it's Kendall Python cutting it out. 2 All Right going to Fiddle and Speed, racing up fourth. They're moving on down the stretch. Who's a Gem is third. Now check fourth up the rail. Aaron M. Down. Fifth is Dandy Dexter. Then in sixth, towards the inside, Willard Eddy. Trailing on the outside, Clint's Joy. 58-4. Halfway home time. They're on the payoff half mile now at the 5/8, led by Kendall Python. Sent outside second, Who's a Gem? Then at the rail third, Fiddlin' Speed. Fourth on the outside, Aaron M. Down. Fifth up the rail, Dandy Dexter. Willard Eddy is sixth. Clint's Joy trailing, but not out of it. They're all still in it now. 3/4 in 1:29, 1/5. Midway on the turn, final time. In at the rail, Kendall Python. Second on the outside, Who's a Gem? Racing third, Fiddlin' Speed. Fourth now, Aaron M. Down. Deep stretch now. Who's a Gem, the late leader? Here's the finish. Who's a Gem? Here they are. Race number 11 on the gate, Wall Hennessy Memorial. Rail out. Justice Hanover, Herb Holland. Mysterious Ways, Walter Chevery. Sir Dexter and Gary Chappell. Captain Basie and Vince Bolden. Pop Your Cork and Kenny Arsenault. Ultra's Pride and Gary McDonald. Alma Hurst, Looker, Earl Smith. Here they come. They're off and off stride on the outside. That was Ultra's Pride getting away. Into the turn now for the lead is Mysterious Ways. Second towards the rail, Justice Hanover. Up on the outside and into the turn and racing up now fourth. That is Captain Basie. Fifth up the rail. From the inside is Sir Dexter. Then it's Alma Hurst the Looker. Pacing from six is Pop Your Cork and the trailer. That is Ultra's Pride. Going to the opening quarter mile. The leader is Captain Basie. And here comes Justice Hanover now. He's set to take the lead for Herb Holland. Second is Captain Basie, the quarter mile, 30 and 1/5. Facing third up the rail is Mysterious Ways. On the turn fourth, that is Sir Dexter. Alma Hurst, the Looker now is fifth. Then in sixth as they arrive at the 3/8. From the rail, Pop Your Cork. In the backfield, the trailer, Ultra's Pride. Down the lane, half a mile. It's up and coming, and the leader there, Justice Hanover. Pacing second towards the rail. That's Captain Basie watching it all in third. Mysterious Ways. He's moving out. Almahurst looking the outside is fourth. The opening half, 101 flat. Fifth up the inside is Sir Dexter. Then on the turn 6 is Pop Your Cork. In the backfield, Ultra's Pride. Seventh on by 5-8. Now to the backstretch. Second time. 3/4. Next station, Justice Hanover out on front. Second at the rail, Captain Basie. Mysterious Ways third on the outside. Almahurst Lookers fourth. Pop Your Cork popped way outside. Racing fifth. Then in sixth, that is Sir Dexter, 132 and a 3. The 3/4. 1/8 of a mile left to go. 5 of them are in it, turning for home, led by Justice Hanover now. Second from the outside, then at the rail, Captain Basie is coming on now. Deep stretch coming to the finish. Captain Basie in an upset. The afternoon's ninth race, first of 4 division of the Anne Shirley Stakes 3-year-old filly pacers. She's a den on the rail. Ron Matheson, 2 is Woodmere Topper and Dave Ratchford. Coconut Supreme 3, Jason Hughes. PH Happy Cat is 4 and Todd Trites. 5 is Basin View Vicky and Norris Rogers. Waterside Class is 6 and Kenny Arsenault. EJ's Pride is 7 and Ernie Lappin. Island Tradition is 8. Claire McDonald. Showtime. They're off and pacing, and PH Happy Cat is leaving out. She's a den at the rail is second. Pacing on the inside third, that is Island Tradition. Up on the outside fourth, that is Woodmere Topper on the turn. Coconut Supreme now in fifth. Racing sixth. Towards the rail is Waterside Classy. Then in seventh, Basin View Vicky and the early Triller. As they go to the backstretch is EJ's Pride. On her out to the quarter mile, Todd Trites has PH Happy Cat on the lead, approaching the opening quarter mile. Pacing is second. In at the rail, she's at den. Island Tradition is third. Racing fourth on the inside, that is Coconut Supreme, 29 and 2 at the quarter. On the turn in fifth, that is Woodmere Topper. Now racing after them, 6, Waterside Classy. There goes Basin View Vicky now outside seventh. And the Triller, as they move down the stretch, is EJ's Pride in 8. On their way to the opening half mile, led by the Happy Cat, showing the way. There goes Island Tradition, sent up on the outside, now second. Third up the rail, she's at den. Racing fourth on the outside, Woodmere Topper. Fifth up the rail, Coconut Supreme. Opening half mile in 101 and 1. They're on the panic turn. Racing the 5-8. PH Happy Cat on the lead. Island Tradition on the outside at challenging. Third at the rail. That's she's at den. Woodmere Top on the outside. Now fourth. Racing up fifth. In at the rail, Coconut Supreme. Then between horses, Basin View Vicky. Now 6, way outside. EJ's Pride is moving. Waterside Classy trailing 3/4 up in a 1:31 flat. 1/8 of a mile left to go, and it's PH Happy Cat holding on to the lead. Island Tradition came out on the outside as second. She's at den at the rail, third. They're in deep stretch now. PH Happy Cat, Island Tradition, PH Happy Cat, Division 1, Anne Shirley. Afternoon's 11th race, 3rd division of the Anne Shirley Stake for 3-year-old filly pacers. On the gate, rail out, Dexter's Delight and George Renison. Woodmere Lofty and Ron Matheson. Hard-Hearted Woman, Sean Shannon. Elm Grove Cheyenne and Walter Chevrolet. Northern Robin and Len McGuigan. Wind at my back, on the outside is Gary McDonald, and back the trailer Glengall Marge and Kenny Arsenault. It's 11th race. Showtime. They're off and pacing. Elm Grove Cheyenne on the outside, looking for the lead. At the rail, Dick racing to the inside. Into the turn is Woodmere Lofty now. Dexter's Delight has gone on the run as they move around the turn. On the front end, Woodmere Lofty and Ronnie Matheson, the leader. Elm Grove Cheyenne is second. Into third, Hard-Hearted Woman racing after them fourth. Glengall Marge, and there she goes. Arsenault sends her out fourth. Racing fifth up the rail, that is Northern Robin. Then in sixth on the inside. Wind at my back, and the trailer
Dexter's Delight is 7th, passing by that opening quarter mile. And Glengall March now driving up to take over the lead. They go midway around the turn, 29-2 at the quarter. They're on by the 3/8 now. Glengall March has cleared the lead. Second, Woodmere Lofty. Now in third is Elm Grove Cheyenne. Pacing fourth, Hard-Hearted Woman. Then in fifth, Northern Robin. Pacing sixth, Wind at My Back. And the trailer at the opening half mile, Dexter's Delight. They're halfway home in the 11th. And Glengall March showing the way, 59-3. Opening half, midway around the turn. Glengall March, the leader. Second is Woodmere Lofty. Elm Grove Cheyenne, third at the rail. And moving out, pacing fourth, that is Hard-Hearted Woman. Northern Robin, fifth. Wind at My Back, sixth. And the trailer, Dexter's Delight, 7th. They're onward they go. 3/4, racing the leader, Glengall March. Elm Grove Cheyenne is a challenging second now. Woodmere Lofty the rail third. 3/4 on the board in 1:31 and 1/5. Turning for home, third division, and surely it's Glengall March. On the outside, Elm Grove Cheyenne, one final test, not enough. At the finish, Glengall March for Kenny Arsenault. Here they are.
Dairy Queen Pepsi Futurity Final 2-year-old trotters. From the rail out, Hopedale Treasure and Len McGuigan. My Dusty Lane, Paul McDonald. Buddy What's His Name, Kenny Arsenault. Maple Leaf Hawk, Bill Hicken, Trader's Choice, and Gary McDonald. Dusty Lane, Nipper, and Ron Gaz. Deb's Input outside, and David O'Brien, the trailer. Hopedale Gem and Albert Bernard. Here they come. They're off and trotting. Buddy What's His Name moving after the lead. Second is Maple Leaf Hawk racing third. As they move on around the turn towards the inside is Hopedale Treasure up on the outside for fourth. That is, as they move over to that opening eighth, My Dusty Lane. Deb's Input gets away in fifth, racing sixth up the rail. That's Hopedale Gem. Trader's Choice went off stride, and also off stride Dusty Lane Nipper. They're going to the opening quarter. Little battle on in the early going, and Maple Leaf Hawk and Bill Hicken, they clear the lead up the quarter. Second up the rail now is Buddy What's His Name, then racing third towards the inside. That is My Dusty Lane. The opener was 30 and 1/5. There's a big quarter for 2-year-old trotters now, folks. And the leader at the 3/8, Maple Leaf Hawk. Second, Buddy What's His Name. Here comes Deb's Input on the move in the outside third. Racing fourth now in at the rail. They're trotting on down the lane, My Dusty Lane. Then in fifth, Hopedale Treasure racing sixth. That is Hopedale Gem. In seventh, now Trader's Choice, and the trailer in the backfield, Dusty Lane Nipper, opening half mile, 101 and 4. Deb's Input has taken over the lead, and Buddy What's His Name has moved right into a second. Now trotting third at the inside, around the turn, racing to the backstretch. That is My Dusty Lane, now in fourth as they race the backstretch. Hopedale Gem, then in fifth, Hopedale Treasure. Maple Leaf Hawk is six, off stride towards the inside. That is My Dusty Lane. They're on by the 3/4, and Deb's Input getting them there. Second at the rail, Buddy What's His Name, 1:33 and a 3 down at 3/4. Eighth of a mile left to go, and a track record for 2-year-old trotting colts in big jeopardy now. Trotting on down the lane, this is the Dairy Queen Pepsi Final. Buddy What's His Name is on the run, and the winner's going to be Deb's Input for David O'Brien. Here they are. It's the Dairy Queen Pepsi Futurity 3-year-old trotting final. $10,570. J.K. Missile and Joe Smallwood on the rail. Princetown Kelly 2, Sheldon Watts. Holy Somoli 3, David O'Brien. Maple Leaf Gentry 4, Ralph Annier. Balance the Cash 5, Brian McPhee. Salzburg Lighting 6, Alir Pino. Irish Ashley 7, Kenny Arsenault. 8, Trademark Crown and Earl Smith.
Here they come. They're off and trotting and all on gate, getting away. Now Holy Simoly goes on the run between horses. Racing to the turn, and for the lead, Maple Leaf Gentry. Second up the rail now is J.K. Missile, driving up third, and off stride, Balance the Cash now. Moving up into third, that is Trademark Crown. Then in fourth, that is Prince Down to Kelly. Racing into fifth, Salzburg Lighting. Then six up the rail. As it dropped the backstretch is Irish Ashley. In the backfield, Holy Simoly seventh, and the Triller. As they move over to the opening quarter mile, up front, a counterattack in the lead. Trademark Crown and Earl Smith now take over. Second is Maple Leaf Gentry. The opening quarter was 30 and 3/5. Racing third up the rail as they trot over to the 3/8. That is J.K. Missile. Prince Down Kelly at the rail in fourth. There goes Salzburg Lighting. Off stride goes J.K. Missile now. On the way down the lane, opening half mile. Leading there, that is Trademark Crown and Earl Smith. Second is Maple Leaf Gentry, now on the outside. Third, Salzburg Lighting. In at the rail, fourth, Prince Down Kelly. Opening half mile. They were there in a minute and 3/5. Second quarter, 30 seconds flat. Over to 5/8. Trademark Crown getting them there. Maple Leaf Gentry going to stick right with them now. Third on the outside, that is Salzburg Lighting. Prince Down Kelly cutting the rail, fourth. Now in fifth, that is Irish Ashley. Back into sixth, Holy Simoly. Then in seven, J.K. Missile and the Trailer. They move up the backstretch, Balance the Cash on by 3/4. Trademark Crown leading them there in 1:32 and 2. Maple Leaf Gentry coming on now to challenge. In at the rail, Prince Down Kelly is third. Salzburg Lighting coming up fourth now. Irish Ashley, a contender, and in fifth. And here comes the final now. Deep in the stretch and on the far outside, Salzburg Lighting and Pino. They're going to get the lion's share of this one. Salzburg Lighting, here they are. Once again, race number 11's on the gate. Chief Wahoo, Jeff, GS, CL's Premier Wit, Rymar Jim, Jane Gray, MK Sparky, Erie Bell Star outside. What the Blazes? The Trailer, and here they come. Gonna go this time, and leaving from the outside, that is MK Sparky. In at the rail, Chief Wahoo and CL's Premier Wit third to the turn. Racing fourth, What the Blazes. Then in fifth, Chef Jess. Into the turn now in sixth, Rymar Jim. Jane Gray is seventh. The Trailer, Erie Vale Star. They're going to the opening quarter mile, and from the outside, MK Sparky has the lead. Chief Wahoo going to take a stranglehold to let him go. And here comes CL's Premier Wit driving third. Now second, and going after the leader, CL's Premier Wit and Norris Rogers to the front. Opener, 29 seconds flat. MK Sparky now is second. Third at the rail, that is Chief Wahoo. Now racing fourth, What the Blazes. Out of the backfield and on the move on the outside, there goes Rymar Jim now in fifth. Chef Jess is sixth. Pacing seventh, Jane Gray. Erie Vale Star trailing the field. Opening half mile is up and coming. Chief Wahoo coming on to challenge CL's Premier Wit for the lead. Third at the rail, MK Sparky. Opening half, 58 and 2. Second quarter, 29 to change. Go to 5/8. CL's Premier Wit driving back on with the lead. Now by a length and 3/4. Second at the rail, Chief Wahoo coming up third. Outside, Rymar Jim. Now fourth. In at the rail, MK Sparky. Jane Gray now a contending fifth. There goes Erie Vale Star sixth. Then in seventh, What the Blazes trailing the field. That's Chef Jess by 3/4. And they were there in 1:28 and 2/5. Eighth of a mile left to go. CL's Premier Wit turning home. Second now, up on the outside, Rymar Jim. Third at the rail is Chief Wahoo. Jane Gray is fourth. They're in deep. Stretch now, and it's CL's Premier Wit. Wire to wire. Here they are. Gold Cup and Saucer Consolation. On the rail, Pushing Daisies, Phil Pinckney. Euripides 2, Gary McDonald. Raleigh Fingers 3, Bill Sharp. Glenn Royden 4, Walter Chevrolet. Rembrandt Blue Chip 5, Steve Mason. Run the Hub is 6 and Mark Webby. Cam's Country Boy 7, Mike McDonald. Reality's Place 8, Real Bourgeois. Showtime at Charlottetown. They're off and pacing from the rail, Pushing Daisies way outside. Cam's Country Boy, Euripides, between them now into the turn from the inside. Reality's Place on the run. On the turn momentarily, Reality's Place by the 8th and turning up the backstretch. They'll go to the opening quarter mile. Phil Pinckney has sent Pushing Daisies right to the choo-choo now. Second at the rail, Euripides going to the outside. Raleigh Fingers moving early from the outside and racing fourth. Cam's Country Boy, fifth now towards the rail as they go by the opening quarter. 28 and 2, the opener. Over to 3/8, Pushing Daisies right on the front now. Pacing second towards the rail, that is Euripides from the outside. Driving up now to third, Raleigh's Fingers. Cam's Country Boy on the outside, fourth. Then in fifth, Reality's Place, sixth on the outside. Glenn Royden in, seventh at the rail, Rembrandt Blue Chip. Run the Hub on the outside, 4 in, 4 out. They're going now to the paddock turn, 56-4. Boom! Just like that, by 5/8, turning now to 3/4. Raleigh Fingers by 2. Second is Pushing Daisies. Euripides going up on the outside, now third. Reality's Place, fourth. Glenn Royden in, way out there. Racing fifth and on the move, 1:25. 3/5 down at 3/4. It's all Raleigh Fingers now. From the outside, Glenn Royden in second. Pacing third, Euripides. Reality's Place fourth. Pushing Daisies fifth. And Gold Cup and Saucer Consolation. They're in deep stretch now. And it's Raleigh Fingers in a romp. Then Glenn Royden in. Reality's Place, Euripides. Followed by Rembrandt Blue Chip. Run the Hub. Pushing Daisies. And Cam's Country Boy. Division of the Duck Acorn Memorial Stake. William Frank on the rail and Norris Rogers. Muddy Man 2 and Paul McDonald 3. Bubbly Bub, Len McGuigan. Nick Way Malloy 4 and Kenny Arsenault 5. Buster Buttons and Darren Crow. Red Island Cliff is 6 and Barry Craswell. Outside 7. Denaxton Blitz. Rod Jameson. Bengal Kane is 8 for Doug McGregor and Southfield Kramer is 9 for David O'Brien. And here they come. They're off and pacing. Buster Buttons and Muddy Man between them. That's Nick Way Malloy third as they make the turn. In at the rail in fourth. That is William Frank. Racing between horses fifth is Southfield Kramer. On the turn in sixth. That is Denaston Blitz. Then in seventh up the rail is Glengal Kane. Then in eighth, a Bubbly Bub, the early trailer. That is Red Island Cliff. They're going to the opening quarter mile. And up front at the rail, it's Muddy Man. And from the outside, Nick Way Malloy going under urging now. Buster Buttons is set to join them on the outside in third. Racing fourth, William Frank. Then in fifth at the rail. That is Southview Kramer. 28, 1/5. Another new leader, folks. And that is Buster Buttons now to take over for Darren Crow. Second up the rail is Nick Way Malloy. Then in third on the inside, Muddy Man. Here comes Kramer. Up and driving the outside fourth. Then in fifth, William Frank. Sixth is Denaston Blitz, pacing seventh. From the inside, that is Glengal Kane. Then in eighth, Red Island Cliff, the trailer, Bubbly Bub, opening half. Boom! Just like that, 57 seconds flat. Buster Buttons on the lead, and he set a Sire Stake record here at the first of the week. He's leading now to 3/4. Second, Nick Way Malloy. Southview Kramer looming bold on the outside. Third, Muddy Man. Fourth at the rail. Then in fifth, William Frank. Sixth is Denaston Blitz. They're by the 3/4 now. Buster Buttons leading them there in 1:26 and 2. Down to an eighth of a mile left to go. And the leader, Buster Buttons, in at the rail second. That is Nick Way Malloy. Now in third, Muddy Man. Southfield Kramer tired fourth. William Frank fifth. Denaston Blitz sixth. Deep stretch, Nick Way Malloy's on the run. Here comes the finish. It's Buster Buttons, First Division Duck Acorn. Here they are. Memorial Stake for 3-year-old pacing colts is the 10th. Dr. NG 1 and Bernard McCollum. 2 is Wounded Sky and Earl Smith. Familiar Face 3 and Claire McDonald. BA Contender is 4 and Gary McDonald. Irish Rebel 5, Norris Rogers. Dundonald 6 and Paul McDonald. Salzburg Chief is 7 and Walter Shepherdly. Nelson 8, Kenny Arsenault. Glen Cove Jet 9, Carl Bagnall. Here they come. There they go, off strike getting away. That is Glen Cove Jet into the turn up the rail. Dr. NJ from the outside, Dundonald. Then up between horses, Wounded Sky is on the run. Round the turn. Coming up now on the outside to be third. At the opening 8, that is Salzburg Chief racing fourth towards the rail. Is Familiar Face now in fifth. Nelson. PA Contender is 6th. Then it's Irish Rebel 7th and racing 8th. Wounded Sky, the trailer. In the backfield, Glen Cove Jet. Battle on! Up front, at the quarter, Salzburg Chief set to clear the lead now for Walter Shepherdly. That opening quarter mile in 28, 2 fifths. Second up the rail is Dundonald. There goes Familiar Face, moving into third. Fourth up the rail is Dr. NJ, racing from fifth. As they move down the stretch, that's Nelson. Pacing 6 is Irish Rebel. Then in 7th, Wounded Sky. Off stride went PA Contender. In the backfield, the trailer. At that opening half mile, Glen Cove Jet, and he has his problems there. The leader is Salzburg Chief and Familiar Face. Now on the outside is second. Coming up third, Nelson. 59 seconds flat. Opening half now. Over to 5/8. Familiar Face on the outside. Now the head in front. Salzburg Chief is second. Third on the outside, Nelson. Then in fourth, Dundonald. Here comes Irish Rebel. Starting up on the outside, fifth. Then in sixth on the back stretch, that is Dr. NJ. 7th, Wounded Sky. Then racing after them 8th, PA Contender 3/4. Raced 1:29 flat. 1/8 of a mile left to go. The leader, Familiar Face. Second is Nelson. Now on the outside, Irish Rebel third. Dundonald is fourth. Then in fifth, Dr. NJ. They're in deep stretch now. And Division 2 of the Duck Acorn, Familiar Face. Here they are. Third division of the Duck Acorn Memorial Stake. Basin View Albert 1 and Norris Rogers. From 2, Argo Flutie and Jill Barriol. 3 is Sunset Josh and Rod Jameson. Andrew Duncan 4 and Gary Chappell. Ed's Echo is 5, Claire McDonald. 6 is U2 and Earl Smith. Income Trust is 7 and Paul McDonald. Trailing 8, Waterside Cool for Kenny Arsenault. Here they come. There they go. Off and pacing, Andrew Duncan leaving out. Second, that is Argo Flutie, racing third to the turn. Up on the outside is U2. Then up the rail in fourth. On the way to the opening 8th is Sunset Josh. Then in fifth, towards the inside. At the 8th pole, Waterside Cool, racing 6 now on the inside. That's Ed's Echo. Then in 7, Income Trust, the trailer. Basin View Albert going to the opening quarter mile, and up front, Andrew Duncan for Gary Chappell are leading. Second now is U2. There goes Argo Flutie now, being sent to the outside in third. Racing fourth is Sunset Josh. Then in fifth, Waterside Cool by the opening quarter mile. 28 3/5. Argo Flutie racing up on the outside to take over now. Second up the rail is Andrew Duncan. Then in third is U2. Pacing fourth, Sunset Josh. Up into fifth, Waterside Cool. Back 6, Ed's Echo. Income Trust is 7th, and the trailer in the backfield is Basin View Albert. They're arriving at the opening half mile. Getting them there. That is Argo Flutie and Barrio now. Second at the rail, Andrew Duncan. Opening half, 57-3. Midway round the turn, Argo Flutie on the lead. Andrew Duncan is second. You two went back to the rail now. Here comes Sunset Josh up on the outside fourth. Waterside Cool following him on the outside fifth. Then in sixth in the back stretch. Going now to three-quarters. That is Income Trust. Then racing from seventh. On the inside edge, Echo on by that station. And Sunset Josh going on to the lead after a three-quarters in 1:28 flat. Down to an eighth of a mile left to go. And it's all Sunset Josh. In at the rail, Argo Flutie is second. Andrew Duncan now third. You two on the outside is fourth. Then in fifth, that is Waterside Cool. Deep in the stretch, it's Sunset Josh. Here they are. Paper Maker Pace. Rail out. Not Enough Funds, Lynn McGuigan. Classic Rock, Norris Rogers. Bonart, Paul Rogerson. Nuclear Onslaught, Freddie Gregory. Happy Homecoming and Walter Chevrolet. Rosina's Road, Max Seal. Trailing Happy Family, Todd Trite. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Nuclear Onslaught to the front and the rail into the turn, and he's rough gated and on the run. Nuclear Onslaught out in front but goes off stride. Now racing for the lead up on the outside. They go by that opening eighth. They're on their way to the opening quarter mile. Check at the rail. Happy Family now going to the lead. Second is Not Enough Funds. Bonart on the outside third. Pacing fourth now at the rail is Classic Rock. In fifth, Rosina's Road. Happy Homecoming is sixth. The Triller, Nuclear Onslaught, the quarter, 30 seconds flat now. On the way around the turn for the first time. The leaders are Happy Family and Todd Trite. In at the rail, Not Enough Fun second. Bonart is third, and there goes Classic Rock. Up on the outside, now fourth. Pacing fifth, they move down the stretch. Now moving to the outside there. That is Rosina's Road. Happy Homecoming is sixth. Nuclear Onslaught on the outside, trailing the field seventh. Opening half mile, a minute and 3. Racing around the turn, led by Happy Family. Classic Rock second outside. Third at the rail, Not Enough Funds. Bonart fourth. Then in fifth, that's Rosina's Road. Happy Homecoming sixth. Nuclear Onslaught trailing the field three-quarters. Next station, there is a judge's inquiry underway in the 11th. Pull on the wall tickets. The leader, it's still Happy Family in 1:30 and 4. Backstretch 30 and 1. Eighth of a mile left to go, and Trite is going to work on one of the Maritime's ageless wonders. Happy Family now. Not Enough Funds in the passing lane. On the outside, Classic Rock. Bonart coming on in the evening's 12th race. The 8 p.m. sponsored 40th edition of the Gold Cup and Saucer. Prize money tonight, $59,500. 1 Keystone Lowdown, Paul McDonald. You're the Man GB 2, Doc Moore. El Perfecto 3, Gilberto. Dexter's Lion 4, Todd Trite. Corey's Big Guy 5, Paul McKenzie. 6 Force of Light, Mike McDonald. 7 Southview Matt, Rudd Jameson. Order to go 8, John Holmes. It's showtime at Charlottetown. They're off and pacing, leaving out Keystone Lowdown, El Perfecto, also leading on the inside. Order to go third. Dexter's Line on the outside fourth. You're the Man fifth. Corey's Big Guy sixth. Then in seventh, turning the back stretch, Force of Life, the early trailer. That is Southview Matt on their way to the opener. Gilberto, El Perfecto, El Fronto by the quarter now. Dexter's Lion, second on the outside. The opener, 28 seconds flat now. El Perfecto, the leader. They're at the 3/8. Second on the outside, Dexter's Lion. Third at the rail, Keystone Lowdown. Fourth on the outside, that is Corey's Big Guy. Racing fifth at the rail. That's Order to Go. Sixth on the outside, that is Force of Life. You're the Man GB seventh. Trailing on the outside, Southview Matt. How's that? They're paired up. 4 in, 4 out. Opening half, 57. 3/5. Midway around the turn. Over to 5/8. El Perfecto still on the lead. Dexter's Lion, a parked out trip. Keystone Lowdown fading at the rail. 3 wide. Corey's Big Guy now third. Order to Go coming up between them, and they're well grouped on the 3/4, and they're 3 wide now. And Order to Go in the middle. 3/4, 1:28, 3/5. Boom! Just like that. 1/8 of a mile to go in Cup and Saucer 40, and John Holmes going to work. Order to Go to the outside. In at the rail, El Perfecto. Racing the inside. Dexter's Lion, Corey's Big Guy. Here's the finish. Order to Go. John Holmes and El Perfecto. Corey's Big Guy, followed by Dexter's Lion, then Force of Life. You're the Man, Southview Matt, and Keystone Lowdown. Order to Go wins the 40th Gold Cup and Saucer for Island native John Holmes. Wow! Edition of the now APM sponsored Gold Cup and Saucer. The number 8 entry, Order to Go. Bay Pacing Stallion, 4 by Dexter Nukes. From the Storm Damage Dam, Let's Do Lunch, owned by James Smith, Puzzle Lynch, Ontario. Trained by Ian Reed. Johnny Holmes, did you ever give him some kind of a drive, my friend? And it doesn't get any better than this. You're the winning driver and an Island native. Congratulations on a perfect, masterful drive. John Holmes aboard. Order to Go in the slop. 1:58, 2/5. 12th race. Lieutenant Governor Gilbert Clemens joining us tonight has the silverware and the gold. Synonymous with the Gold Cup and Saucer. Here's the official racing results. 1 Keystone Lowdown, 8. 2 You're the Man, 6. 3 El Perfecto, 2nd. 4 Dexter's Lion, 4th. 5 Corey's Big Guy, 3rd. 6 Force of Life, 5th. 7 Southview Matt, 7th. 8 Order to Go, the race winner. Fractions 28 seconds. Half a mile in 57 and 3. 3/4, 1:28, 3. Time for the mile. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a big trip over that track tonight. It's 1:58, 2/5. Order to Go. Cup and Saucer 40.